everyone, and welcome to Roseville Ice Arena for CTN's coverage of the girls hockey Section 5 AA quarterfinals. Opening round action is the number 3 Bluebirds from Champlin Park, Coon Rapids take on the number 6 seed Rogers Royals. Joe Young and Jeremy Smith up above for tonight's action, and two teams that met earlier in the early January, and it was a 2-0 game with an empty net goal going to the Bluebirds.
Yeah, real close game, grinding out. One goal could be the difference tonight.
The Royals obviously coming in looking to prove that they can take down the higher seeds. So far in the tournament, the higher seeds have won by shutout in both of the earlier quarterfinals. We'll see if that holds true. There's a look at what has happened so far. The top-seeded Maple Grove Crimson getting a bye. They will see Blaine in the semifinal. The Bengals 6-0 over Anoka. Centennial, a last-second goal to make it a 4-0 win over the Spring Lake Park Panthers, and they await the winner of tonight's contest. For the Royals, they've got a couple of girls that can really put the puck away. They have 2 girls that have over 40 points, and they're going to need everything they can to get behind the goaltender for the Cardinals.
Yeah, absolutely. We're going to look here. Number 13, Sammy Scherling, 21 goals, 23 points. Pretty even distribution there, so not necessarily a lock for her to shoot when she's coming down the ice.
Well, and they need to get behind the Bluebirds goaltender. They were blanked by Champlin Park Coon Rapids the first time. The Bluebirds rather have pretty even distribution on their top line. That's where they get most of their points. Delaney Johnson leading the way in points with 29 points to equal her jersey number on the season. 11 goals, 19 assists. Anna Bezcalo, her right winger, just a couple of points behind her at 25 points on the year and 23 points on the season for left wing Haley Williams. So watch for that first line of the Bluebirds to try and light the lamp. They were the higher seed last year and were upset in the quarterfinal round. They want to keep that from happening this year. The 2019 Section 5 AA Girls High School Hockey Tournament starts next on CTN.
Oh, it's so nice to all be sitting down together. You can tell me something they did today.
I drew a horsey.
Good for you, son.
I started smoking.
I love you too, sweetheart.
I'm selling bongs out of our minivan.
I got a tramp stamp.
I'm getting implants.
I'm dating your brother.
Uh-huh.
I'm cooking meth in the basement.
Great idea, kiddo. That's why you're so popular at school.
Back at Roseville Ice Arena, just about to drop the puck, and we are underway in this Section 5 AA quarterfinal game between the Rogers Royals and the Champlin Park Coon Rapids Bluebirds. Back and forth, it's played through the neutral zone. Finally into the Bluebirds' end. Williams plays it right back out and then sent in deep by Sarah Parent. Abby Peterson, plus 30 on the season. That's outstanding.
Nice long pass from Williams there. Gets across ice, but they can't quite gain the zone.
Played in deep by Bezcalo, and Williams will give chase as her line mates get a change. Reimer dumps it in, and the Royals will get some fresh legs on the ice. Hannah Lisney from behind her own end. Long cross ice, misses everything. That'll be icing. And a face-off back in the Bluebirds' end.
Nice sounds of hockey here tonight as we're pretty close down to the ice.
I love this arena. It is truly one of the just great atmospheres for a hockey arena in the Twin Cities. Royals trying to keep some possession deep in the Bluebirds' end. Broken up and played along by Emily Peterson. Tied up along the boards and sent back in deep. And McClellan will skate to center. Dumps it in. Pressure along the back end boards. Played through the blue paint. Back to the point. Peterson, a wrist shot. Right into the pads of Haley Hartledge.
Oh. Another look here. Decent chance from behind the net there. That pass went straight through, but nobody there to knock it in.
Chance out front, broken up. Set back in deep by Jaden Herr. Played it back out to center. Turned around quickly by Lisney, and the Bluebirds are in offside. Neither team able to get much going so far, just feeling each other out the first couple of minutes. Lisney, that shot hit traffic. Peterson steps up. Hers is deflected into the corner. Johnson tried to play it back out front. Royals able to break the pressure. Peterson sends it right back in. Bluebirds get a line change, get that top scoring line back on the ice. And a misplay. Delaney Johnson didn't know it was in her skates, and that is a penalty and a half. That girl skating all the way over to the bench with a broken stick in her hand, and the refs let play go on.
Well, the blade of the stick's still out on the ice there, Joe.
Well, and that's fine. The shaft of the stick should still be on the ice, too. You can't play. You can't hold on to a broken stick at all. That's a mystery one to me. That shot misses wide. Royals just need to clear the zone. They're able to play it all the way down. Bluebirds to regroup. McClellan from the far corner up the boards. Vizcalo was tied up. Sent back in deep by Reimer. Near the line and unable to keep it in was Josie Bolster.
Good job by Peterson to break up that pass into the middle.
Clellan up the boards for Baker. Baker sends it the length of the ice. Yeah, immediately upon noticing that your stick is broken, you are required to drop the stick immediately. And this is the absolute opposite of dropping the stick immediately. And she skates away. I mean, there are 3 refs on the ice. Maybe maybe I'm old and they changed that rule.
I think that's where the spearing penalty comes from.
This one played all the way down and icing waved off. A race for the puck is won by Bolster. Plays it around far side. And along out to center, stopped up by Tyson. A fan on it by Bolster. She recovers. Pass out of the reach of Hatcher. Turned around by Williams momentarily, or Baker rather. Played in deep. Peterson sends it back around. Baker can't control it. Vreeman has it. A shot that's blocked by Lisney. Vreeman back on the puck, sends it in deep. Lisney will push it around to the near side. Terabeza there, tied up with Ellen Erdahl. Able to get it to the line, but not out. Sarah Parent's shot deflects wide. Played back up the near boards for Terabeza. Tied up again. And this time, Erdahl able to play it back in deep. Abby Peterson has had enough. She'll send it the length of the ice. And this was tipped as well, so no icing again. Allows a free line change for the Bluebirds. Pass near side for Emma Rooks was broken up. The shot misses wide for Emily Peterson. McClellan keeps it in on the far side. Shot kicked away by Hartledge. Played around behind again by Shirley. Kept in at the line by McClellan. Back it comes. Sherling moves it along. Into the zone is Farrell. Knocked off her stick. Pushing it in deep is Ella Actekirk. Puck recovered by Ness and played up. Sinjum will skate it to center. Knocked off her stick. And it's the Royals regrouping at their own blue line. Sending it right in on Bailey Shuck was Abby Johnson. Williams plays it to center, knocked down by Abigail Patton. Patton plays it in deep. McClellan out of the near corner. Haley Williams tried to center, bounces across to Bezcalo, back out to the neutral zone. Bezcalo with some contact, nearly a turnover in a dangerous spot, as good pressure being provided by Peyton. Big shot block there by the stick of Emily Peterson. Backhand attempt. Shuck shuts it down and covers it up for the faceoff. 10:03 to go in the opening period.
Couple shot attempts there by the Royals. We haven't seen any long sustained pressure from either team here, but definitely a couple shots that were on target there for the Royals.
Royals trying to attack out of the corner. Shuck stays strong on her post and eventually able to cover. Marie Reimer with the opportunity on the little give and go play in the corner.
Get another look at that here on the replay. Just every player trying to jam their stick in there and make something happen.
Erdahl sends it in deep. Lisney moves it along on the far side. Kept in at the blue line by Parent. Now the Bluebirds able to poke it free. Delaney Johnson sends it in deep. Centering attempt by Tyson. Kyler Shack on the forecheck. Tyson able to break it up, keep it in the zone. Mackenzie Baker tied up in traffic. Back the other way comes Erdahl. She'll just dump it in. Head off for a line change. Hannah Lisney reverses for Peterson. Hops over her stick. Recovered along the near boards by Vreeman. And now broken up by Ness. Kept in by Vreeman. The shot in. And Shuck will cover up again.
Shot bounced off and she collected it real quick to stop play. Bluebirds look at a line change here before the faceoff as well. We'll get another look at that one.
Two pretty evenly matched teams, two coaches that know each other very, very well. College roommates. And now opposing coaches, not their first time going against one another. And it's one of the benefits to being the higher seed, according to Coach Coltis of the Bluebirds, is he gets the last change. So as they have their little strategic battle, he gets the last say. Williams able to tip this one all the way down the ice. Not enough for icing. Scooping it up is Abby Johnson, chased by Bezcalo. Back out, now into the neutral zone. With speed, the shot blocked away by Lisney, recovered by Abby Peterson, then she lost it behind the net. Pass a little too much for Johnson to handle. Now Johnson gets it back. Battles, kicks it along, recovers. Johnson will leave it off for Lisney. Play it off the board all the way down. That'll be icing. And we're coming back to the left of Bailey Shuck.
There's a look at head coach Jim Coltis over there. Talking to his team as they get ready for a drop in their own end.
Terabasi can't get out on the far side. Shot attempt stopped up by Abby Peterson. Back to Lisney. Lisney will look cross ice this time. Ness controls on the backhand, then it's knocked off her stick as they enter the zone. Lisney stopping things up right at the red line. Royals regain control. Patton's shot right into Peterson. Peterson flips it back out to neutral ice. Poked and forced along the near board, comes free. That pass broken up, so no icing, and good speed from Sammy Sherling to get down there, but tied up by Abby Peterson. Ness comes back and recovers for the Bluebirds. Unable to keep it in at the line was Abby Johnson. And the Bluebirds turn around and ice it.
Seeing some sustained possession for the Panthers here, but they can't get through. The Bluebirds defenders have good positioning. You see a lot of shots going off their bodies. They're getting their sticks in the way. No clean looks on the goal.
Johnson shot all the way through traffic, but into the far corner. Baker trying to spring Shack in a turnover and a great chance. Backhand save made by Shuck. Didn't know where that rebound was, but her defender able to clear it away. And the Royals are buzzing. Tyson with control, able to skate to center, trying to get past Sherling. Sherling just all over the place, now played in deep by Tyson. Moved along for Reimer. She dumps it in. The Royals will get a line change. Shuck leaves it behind for Peterson. Swings it around for Bezcalo. Pokes it ahead. Kept in there by Emma Rooks. Tied up, but puck played to center. Sent right back in. Royals are onside. Abby Peterson reverses. Bezcalo turns and looks. Gets it in to Haley Williams. Williams being tracked by Rooks and held up. There's the penalty as the arm goes up. We're going to see our first power play of the game, and it'll go to the higher seeded Bluebirds of Chample Park Coon Rapids.
Yeah, we'll see our first chance at the power play here. We'll see that foul again here up against the board.
Pretty easy to call.
Yeah, I don't know hockey that well, and I could have called that one, so glad to see the refs get that one after missing that broken stick earlier.
Bluebirds setting up off a face-off win. Johnson down low, gets it back from Bezcalo, and now plays it up top to Lisney. Back to Delaney Johnson on the midboard. Johnson now down behind for Bezcalo. To Mackenzie Baker. Baker sends it toward the net, poked away by Hartledge. Delaney Johnson, top of the zone, across to Mackenzie Baker. That shot blocked away by Erdahl. Puck reversed by Octakirk. Royals able to clear the zone. Johnson circles at center and now plays it in off the glass. First one there is Erdahl. She turns and fires. Lisney can't stop it, all the way back to Bailey Shuck. She'll leave it for Emily Peterson.
Halfway through the power play, only a couple shot attempts there by the Bluebirds.
None that have made to the net. And here's a nice stop at turnover and an opportunity shorthanded. Reimer circling, pinch to the boards, and the referee by Lisney. Shoveled behind by Tyson. Emily Peterson pressured by Sherling, pokes it free, and over skating it was Reimer. Backhand chance, and it's in the net. And it was just weakly played toward the goal. And in the confusion and defenders coming in, a shorthanded goal for the Rogers Royals.
Well, we'll get another look at that one here, Joe. Just good hustle by the Royals.
Peterson just kind of throws it toward the net. Sherling able to poke it in.
The Bluebirds still have 15 on the power play. We'll see if they get the puck back down ice for one last shot here. I know that Royal pressure should ride out the end of this penalty.
Played toward the front. Shuck will cover it up.
1 tick left on that power play.
Peterson sends it around. Vizcaino pushes it ahead. That's offside. And no shots on goal for the power play, and a shorthanded goal allowed. Puts Rogers in front 1-0. Pass played across behind Reimer, played into the zone by McClellan. Royals able to turn it around. Icing waved off. As McClellan gets there, plays it back off the boards. Swatted at, and finally controlled by Delaney Johnson. Johnson bumped off the puck. Royals finally able to force it in deep. McClellan sends it back to center, sent right back into the Bluebird zone. Sent back out again. McClellan can't get it deep. Peterson recovers at her own blue line, tries the other side. That's knocked down. Tyson plays it along. Jaden Herr gets it down into the corner as the Bluebirds complete their line change and try to put some pressure on here. Just over 90 seconds remaining in this first period. Turnover. Emily Peterson from the point. Not a lot on it. Easy stick save for Hartledge. This one sent all the way down. Icing waved off. It was going on net anyway. Emily Peterson, long pass, broken up. Comes right back to her, though. She jams it along. Held up by a couple of Royals players. This is Avery Farrell in. A chance in close for Abby Patton. Was stopped, and then she hit her head on the crossbar but did not knock the post off. So play continues. Into the final minute. Kenzie Baker, nice move. But battling to keep her off the puck was Bolster. Forces the play into the corner. Royals player dumped at center ice, and no call. Draws a little ire from the Royals faithful in the stands. This one played in on Bailey Shuck, and she will cover it up for the whistle. 13 seconds remaining in this opening period. It's been relatively even, but the Royals have definitely picked up the tempo since getting the short-handed goal. Played to center. Vizcaino flips it in. Will give chase, but the buzzer will sound, and we will go to the locker room. The 6th-seeded Rogers Royals, a shorthanded goal to take the 1-0 lead late in this first period. That's how it stands at the intermission. We will hear from Bluebirds head coach Jim Coltis right after this on CTN.
Stay connected to what's happening in your community by watching CTN Update, with a new episode every Friday at 5 p.m. From your local city and county government to what's happening in our schools, to interesting stories on the people and events here at home, we've got it all covered. CTN Update, keeping you connected to your community.
Back at Roseville Ice Arena, Champlain Park, Coon Rapids trailing the Rogers Royals 1-0 after the first period, and the lower-seeded Royals came in with something to prove, and they really put the pressure on the Bluebirds most of that first period.
Definitely did. Throwing a lot of shots on goal there, just dumping everything they can, and got one to go through.
And it has been neither team, as we talked about, has had a lot of great consistent pressure and great scoring chances, but the Royals just keeping the puck down in the Bluebirds' end more often in that first period, and the shorthanded goal, just a good dig by Sherling, and then nothing on the shot by Reiner, but Sherling is following up and able to poke it free before Shuck can get it covered. And that's the difference. That came with a little more than 3.5 minutes remaining. And they definitely had a spark the last few minutes of the first period. There you see it, definitely their game stats-wise through one.
Well, a huge deficit in that shots on goal for the Bluebirds. We'll see what they come out firing in the second here, but saw a lot of defenders getting their body in the way of the puck on both sides in that first half, or in first period, sorry.
We knew it was going to be a tight contest. One goal on the board in the first. It goes to the Royals. Will the Bluebirds be able to respond? We shall see. The second period of this Section 5 AA quarterfinal is next on CTN.
Oh, hi. I'm TV's Howie Shapiro. And when I'm not announcing CTN sports broadcasts with my sidekick Joe Yen, I'm watching all the other great programs on the CTN Studios YouTube page. There's news stories, great local events, and even full games. You can even watch on any smart device with a YouTube app. Whether that's your phone or a tablet, you can watch CTN's great programming wherever and whenever you want. You can even watch CTN's event coverage live. So no matter where you are, you can share in all the excitement. CTN Studios, building community through cable.
Back at Roseville Ice Arena, just about to start the second period. Section 5 AA quarterfinal. And the 6th-seeded Rogers Royals with the 1-0 lead. And a good chance out front right away here to start the second. Then Shuck got spun around as her stick got tied up with Hatcher in front. Johnson trying to jump around the defender. Puck comes free. Biscalo can't get to it. Hatcher will get it out to center at least before it's turned back into the goal. A funny bounce the other way, and we've got a tie game.
Funny bounce indeed, Joe, as that one just skipped right over the goaler's
Just
glove.
31 seconds in, and that is the nightmare. Hannah Lisney just throwing this one in, and you see it bobbling, and it just kind of knuckled up, bounced over, and into the net, and we've got a tie hockey game. That's why you throw it to the net.
Ties it up there almost from center ice.
Certainly before the blue line. But you can't go soft now and just let Rogers continue to have that type of pressure that they did in the first. They give an assist to Bailey Shuck. The Roseville Arena is an older arena, and I'm pretty sure this is the original sound system.
It may be. Actually built the arena around the sound system. It was here in a field. But yeah, definitely as the Bluebirds wanted to do, erase that deficit right away, and you got a clean slate basically going into the second. We won't have a higher seed shutout today, Joe.
We won't have a shutout. No, backhand bouncing in on Shuck. She's able to keep the 5-hole closed. Tyson skates through center for the Bluebirds. Dumps it right in. Hartledge will poke it to the corner. Shack trying to center from her knees. Puck comes free. Rooks will carry through center. Rooks winds, fires. That's off the skate of Peterson behind the net. And there's going to be a penalty. It's going to be Rooks going for tripping. 2 penalties in the game, both against the sophomore for the Royals.
Well, the Royals scored their goal last time they were shorthanded, so definitely not what the Bluebirds want to see here. We'll get another look at that penalty. Just gets her stick out there, and easy call for the trip. We got the drop back down here in the Royals' end.
Puck thrown toward the net, but hit a skate out front to flex to the near boards. Williams recovers for CPCR. Carries behind the net, outside of the stick check. Leaves it back for Delaney Johnson. That's Williams, rather. Baker. Now Bizcalo behind, trying to center, and a goal for Haley Williams. 1 shot, 1 goal on the power play. And the Bluebirds have a 2-1 lead.
Good puck movement there to get that around. And, just a few minutes into the second, they turned that from a 1-goal deficit into a 1-goal lead. We'll get another look at that here. Just a pass up front, bounced off the cage, and Williams was able to put it into the net.
Now off the face-off, Peterson dumps it in and gives chase. She'll tie up along the backboards. Kicked free by Erdahl. Lisney turns, throws it back in. Float Hatcher out to center, but they still can't get it in deep. Flip back out by Lisney. Puck was tipped, so no icing. Ness behind, and now Del Castillo tied up. Kicked free to Reimer. Crossing looking for Hatcher. She was tied up out to center. Del Castillo will dump it back in. Hatcher moves it over for Sherling. Into the zone, snapshot. Shuck makes the save, leaves it there for McClellan. McClellan along for Terabeza. Pass was in the skates of Del Castillo. Terabeza will dump it in and give chase. Bluebirds getting a line change. Back the other way comes Abby Johnson. She will dump it in on Shuck. Shuck covering, now leaves it there for Abby Peterson. Peterson trying to move it ahead for Williams, just out of her reach. Banked off the boards by Johnson, but not out of the zone. Delaney Johnson. The shot, the save, and Bluebirds were hacking away at it. The whistle blew.
Quick whistle there as the puck was still loose.
Say she had enough control of it, but puck definitely came free as Holly Johnson looked to poke at the rebound. This one dumped in deep by Farrell. Played around the boards, now poked out to center ice. Sent right back in by Sarah Parent. Abby Peterson fanned on the wraparound attempt. Puck played back into the corner. Haley Williams, first one there. Williams sends it up the boards, kept in, sent toward the net, stopped up and played back to the boards by Lisney. Johnson trying to get it out to center. Now Williams will pick it up with speed. Stop up at center ice. Play it across. That's picked off and played in behind the net by Patton. Bluebirds able to get it out momentarily, but the Royals work it right back in deep and back out to center.
Good play by Tyson to get her stick on that one and knock it out.
That'll be icing. That'll bring us all the way back. Bluebirds up 2-1, 11:18 to go here in the second period.
Those first 3 minutes of the period's really flipped the game, Joe.
Well, the Royals got the shorthanded goal late in the first to take a 1-0 lead, but they really controlled 12-2 on the shot score in that first period. And here in the second, a weird early goal just 30 seconds in to tie it, and then a power play goal to give them the lead a couple minutes later. And they've had a little bit more pressure since.
Absolutely.
A little more energy in the legs with that 2-1 lead.
Yeah, see a little bit more sustained possession in the offensive end. Generally, that leads to good things. The Royal shot goes all the way through traffic to the backboard.
That one tipped in on Shuck. She turns it away. Royals trying to bring some pressure. Back to the near corner. Left back. Centering attempt in the skates of Erdahl. The shot saved by Shuck.
Right as we start talking about no sustained pressure from Rogers, they come right back and get a couple shots on goal. Both teams will have a wholesale change before this faceoff.
Right in on Shuck. Off the faceoff. She'll cover. We'll try again. This one poked free. Tara Beza slaps at it in the onside. Puck still in the zone. McClellan keeps it there. Bounces around and now will come out to neutral ice. Peterson will dump it back in. Sent back ahead by Bolster. This is Sherling, Anna Sherling into the zone. Sammy Sherling, number 13, a senior. Anna Sherling, number 23, just a freshman. This one out to Tara Beza. She's stopped up, but Abby Ness has some speed through center. One-on-one, she'll dump it in as she was getting pressured by Ellen Erdahl.
Good position by the
Erdahl pressured
defender.
now along the backboards by Delaney Johnson. Bezcalo in there as well. Kicked free by Bezcalo. And a shot from the point was blocked. Another one sent in deep. Sophie Sinjum had a touch. This one is going to be icing, as Paige Freeman made sure she was going to get a line change.
So, Joe, you ever tie up the puck along the boards just to get a breather? Get your skate up against it, catch your breath?
Probably. More. I need that more now than
Or now, yeah. Now that you're in the senior league.
I'm really good at the short shifts now. Much better than when I was young and could handle a shift longer than 15 seconds. Delaney Johnson with speed, lost the handle as she approached the zone. Sinjum dumps it back in. Bluebirds have to tag up. Royals trying to take advantage of that. Carried into the zone, left off for Patton. Her shot is stopped up by Lisney, who clears it out. Erdahl turns it around, broken up by Bizcalo. Lisney fans on it. Backhand is stopped up, bouncing around again. Delaney Johnson loses an edge. Pitchforked out, and here's Bizcalo having it tipped off her stick and sent back in deep, this time by Octakirk. Turnover, walking in is Reimer, and the blocker saved by Shuck. Rogers fans again looking for a call to go the other way. They haven't had a power play yet. They've got Shuck sliding all over the place, but not able to get the puck directed toward her. Shuck staying strong on her post, able to finally hold for a whistle.
We're seeing a little more contact along the boards there. We heard the crowd cheering for that.
Well, there was what looked like it could have been a trip along the boards, and
look at that.
They wanted it on this side of the ice where the Rogers fans were sitting. They definitely wanted that call. They did not get it. Still without a penalty on the other side of the ledger through a period and a half. Tyson moving it ahead to Baker. Mackenzie Baker into the zone. She'll take the shot, deflected up and over. Tyson gets there first along the far boards, down low. Baker centering. Shot attempt by Johnson was blocked. And out to center comes Sammy Sherling. She'll dump it in. Reimer back to Sherling. Back down low. Reimer tried to center. It got kicked over to Sherling, and now Baker will play it all the way down, and we'll have an icing and a face-off back in the Champlain Park Grand Rapids end.
Just under 7 minutes left here in the second. We're getting a little more sustained pressure again from Rogers. The pendulum seems to be kind of swinging back toward them holding longer possessions.
A 2-1 lead is definitely not one you want to sit back and try and defend. Shot off the face-off. Shuck makes the save. Royals right back in possession, trying to set up. That was broken up. Played to the line and out. So that Abby Johnson not able to keep it from exiting the zone. Josie Bolster plays it in deep. Out to Terabeza, tried to tip it behind the defender, stays with it, and now sends it in and gives chase. Centering attempt, Terabeza deflects. Backhand opportunity for Del Castillo. Played back around. Hoppy gets it to the line. Lisney holds, winds, fires. That's deflected and ends up in the corner. Johnson will send it around. Lisney again, this time just misses the mark. Near side kept in by Elena Hedlund momentarily. Royals now able to get it out. Hedlund stops it up at center ice. Terabeza sends it in deep. Johnson will be pressured by Peterson. Moves it for Bolster and ahead for Hatcher. Her pass intercepted. Delaney Johnson back in, lost the handle, and it's sent right back out. Peterson tracks it down deep in her own end. Round the net, out to center. Moves it along. That pass didn't click. Abby Patton going back the other way, and she's bumped to the boards by Delaney Johnson, and now we're going to see Rogers with its first power play.
Yep, Johnson just got a little too much of her shoulder in on the other player, took her down to the ice, and the ref was right there watching it. Get another look at that there. She just gives her a little nudge into the boards. Rogers will have their first chance here to play 5-on-4.
disrupting things in the corner, not letting the Royals get a clean setup, but a decent shot attempt there by Ellen Erdahl. Shuck covers for the faceoff. Fanning on the shot was Bolster. Comes back to Parent. Sherling turns down low. Centered. Shot. Save made. Rebound tipped around. Still loose in front. And now behind the net. Couple of good opportunities. Reimer tried to play it back to Parent and ends up playing it back out to center. Parent carries it in, tips around Shack. Broken up by Peterson. Shack able to jam it back out to center just over halfway through the power play. Johnson carries it. Up top, Parent back to Johnson. Walks in, fans on the shot. Puck bouncing around again in that dangerous territory. Bluebirds finally able to clear.
Well, we've seen the pucks take a couple funny bounces already tonight, Joe.
Reimer sets up left side, out to Parent up top. Cross, Sherling, top of the circles. Moves it across for Achterkirk. Shot gloved by Shuck.
We'll get another look at that one here. A little high and wide, but still gloved down.
Might have been going wide. But you never know, so to be safe, you glove that one. Shot hit the traffic out front, didn't make it through. Holly Johnson carries behind. Knocked off her stick, up and out of play.
Little kayak move there. 7 seconds left here, and pretty good PK from the CPCR team.
Johnson able to kick it out to center. The power play over for the Royals. They got 4 shots, no goals. I did give them a shot for it, the one that was going way wide.
Could have bounced off the goalie, right?
Technically not a shot on goal, but I don't control the official shots on goal, so maybe they got one officially, maybe they didn't.
Just the unofficial stats.
The unofficial stats are they had an extra one on the power play they may not really have deserved.
No question,
perhaps. No question. We try and stay as inconsistent as consistently as possible. Tara Beza, nice little stick lift to get control and walk in, then trying to hand off to Delaney Johnson. Puck played back around far side. Kicked free by Haley Williams. Royals moving it, skating through center is Johnson. She's taken down, and the Royals fans again want the call. They're not going to get it. Rooks ends up on top of the Bluebirds keeper. Williams will just fire it in. Terabeza, first one there, sends it out front, but nobody home. Rooks able to flip it out to center. Turned around by Del Castillo, and now Rooks plays it all the way in. Under a minute and a half to play. Ahead for Tara Beza. Plays it up the board, stopped up. Turned around by Bolster it in. Shot by Hatcher is high and wide. Under a minute to play here in the second period. Abby Peterson will flip it around behind her own net. Bolster able to keep it in. Sherling out front, a scramble again in front of the Bluebirds net. Royals really good at creating that traffic. Puck doesn't have to be moving very fast, just fast enough to get across the goal line. They get that traffic out front, that puck takes weird bounces.
Puck's still down here in the Bluebirds' end.
Icing will mean we will start over in the Bluebirds' end with 15 seconds left.
Yeah, like you said, Joe, a lot of traffic there, a lot of bouncing pucks. Real easy to lose those.
Pucks and bodies to the net is a quality strategy in this game. Bluebirds just trying to get to the locker room up one after going to the locker room down one for the first intermission. Royals have brought a lot of pressure in these last few minutes. Nice block at the point by Haley Williams. She clears the zone, and that will get us to the buzzer. Bluebirds with a couple of early goals go from one down to one up. 2-1 after two. More girls high school hockey section tournament after this on CTN. Back at the Roseville Ice Arena, the Champlain Park Coon Rapids Bluebirds with two quick goals to start the second period have turned this one around. They have the lead, but not necessarily something that they could be comfortable with at all, because the Royals are really bringing a lot of pressure and keeping the puck in their end a lot of the game.
Absolutely, especially towards the end of that second period there. We saw a lot of pucks bouncing around loose in front of the net, not getting corralled or cleared right away, and all it takes is one more of those to bounce in to make it a tie game.
Speaking of bounces, a weird bounce just over 30 seconds in. Hannah Lisney just fires this one in. It takes a weird bounce right past Hartledge. That evened the score at 1. And then on the power play, Bizcalo out front to Haley Williams. Quick redirect through the 5-hole. Put the Bluebirds in front 2-1. Which is where we stand, but the Royals really did bring some good pressure. Bailey Shuck came up with some big saves, but the scary part is how things have bounced around in front of her, and you talked about it, not capturing or clearing, and that's something, it's dangerous, dangerous way to play.
Well, when you're being outshot 24-9, it's rare to have a 2-1 lead, but that's the situation the Bluebirds find themselves in here going into the third.
Can they keep it going? 17 more minutes. The winner moves on to Tuesday's semifinals to face number 2 seed Centennial. We'll have the third period next on CTN.
Get all your Cardinal sports action with Joe and I live every Monday at 7:30. If Coon Rapids plays it, Sports Night covers it. Sports Night on local cable CTN.
Back at the Rogers Ice Arena, the Champlain Park Coon Rapids Bluebirds a 2-1 lead over the Rogers Royals as we start this third period. It's win or go home. Season on the line as we start the section tournament. A turnover and a good chance. Backhander, though, hit traffic and ended up back in the corner with Reimer. Reimer pushing it. Sherling holding up her mark. Comes out, and that pass hopped over the stick of Hatcher and back out to center. Sent back in deep by Sarah Parent. Swept along but not out. Delaney Johnson gets it ahead for Haley Williams. Williams to the red line across looking for Bizcalo, but that was broken up. Sherling back the other way. Had it taken off her stick by Delaney Johnson. Williams tied up along the boards, can't get past Bolster. Comes back for Emily Peterson, who plays it behind for Lisney. Bezcalo trying to move it up the boards, but can't. She'll send it back behind the net instead. Stuck up on some wet ice. Back to Lisney. Ahead for Bezcalo. She's stopped up by Johnson, but sweeps it out to center. Here's Williams getting around, trying to come in on the angle. Another chance just flipped in on Hartledge. This one played to the line, but kept in there by McClellan. Behind is Bolster, playing it along, and the Royals able to break it out. Long race for Hatcher. She can't get there in time. Sent the length by Baker, and that'll bring the puck back to the right of Bailey Shuck.
It's a weird stop of the puck back there on some wet ice, and it's been a night for weird bounces and rolling pucks.
Pushed out to center. Recovering it is Parent. Plays it back up the boards. Sent in by Erdalk. McClellan right back out. And right back in by Allison Hatcher. Peterson reverses. McClellan had it slow down on some wet ice. Centering pass broken up and played out to center by Shack. Bluebirds get a line change as the Royals recover in their own zone. Parent moves it ahead right into the skates of the intended target. Now Erdahl tied up along the far boards. Tara Basil will send it in deep and behind the Rogers net. Lisney gloves it down. So they had to Ness into the zone. Lisney able to hold it in, but Royals able to regroup. Terabeza nearly broke things up, then Del Castillo did. And everybody staying on side somehow with all that action right at the blue line. Back and forth we go. It's sent in deep where Parent will recover for the Royals. Taken off her stick by Terabeza. Sent around the near side, but the only one there was Avery Farrell for the Royals. Emily Peterson back in her own zone will get things turned around. Trying to avoid the stick check there from Reimer. She plays it in deep. First one there is Bezcalo. Bezcalo tied up by Sherling. Pokes free to Reimer. Johnson trying to center. That was deflected behind the net. Erdahl sends it around. Williams broke it up. Here's Sherling sidestepping a sweep check and then had it taken off her stick by Delaney Johnson. Peterson flips it back into the zone. Lisney stepping up, finding a little bit of open space, looking for the back door, and just too early. That one's sent toward the front, bouncing puck at the other end now. Bezcalo sends it. Williams had a sweep at it, still loose. Comes free to Peterson. She'll chop it back toward the net, ends up wide into the corner. Johnson trying to send it back in deep, had it taken away by Reimer. And Reimer will move it along for Allie Hatcher. Hatcher skates it to the corner, circles away from Abby Peterson. Now had it poked free. Lisney had it knocked off her stick. Johnson there to recover for the Bluebirds. Sent along through center ice. It's going to go just wide as it rolls all the way down, and it will be icing.
I would have rolled a little bit to the left there, but if it would have stayed true, it would have come right off the keeper. Another look at that last flurry of chances there for the Bluebirds.
Right off the face-off, in on Shuck. Rooks gains control, plays it across to the near side. Peterson recovers for the Bluebirds and swings it around. Baker tips it out to center. Turned around by Bolster and blocked right back to her. Baker forcing her way through. Puck came free, and there's going to be a penalty coming up against the Champlain Park Coon Rapids squad for a trip. Another chance for the Royals on the power play, trailing by 1 here in the third period.
We'll see that again. Shaq just got her stick out there and made contact with the skate, sent the player to the ice. Get another power play chance.
Had 4 shots on their first power play, not able to find the back of the net. Parent from the point, stopped and covered by Bailey Shuck. Bluebirds able to break the zone. Royals regroup at center ice. Sammy Sherling into the zone. Rubbed along the end boards there by Emily Peterson. Racing in to recover is Reimer. She'll play it behind and then get it back from Johnson. Back to Johnson. Abby Johnson ducks back into the corner, and we're going to play some 4-on-4 as Reimer just kind of tossed Lisney to the ice.
Yeah, we'll just get another look at that here. Comes in on the corner and gives her a nice little shove there. Ref right there to see it. We'll have a minute 18 of 4-on-4 hockey.
More open ice, the speed can be a dangerous thing. Out to the point, Lisney plays it across. Peterson shot, that was deflected and then blocked. Abby Johnson turning things around for Rogers. She will skate through center ice. Blocker saved by Shuck on the wrist shot. Played back around, Lisney. Ahead, just out of the reach of Baker. Played in by Erdahl and turned around by Lisney. Lisney will wind and fire. Stick saved to the corner by Hartledge. Hatcher plays it in. Tyson, first one there. Shaq's penalty almost over, and then a short power play for the Bluebirds. Shaq will head to the bench, and they'll have 38 seconds on the power play. Dumped in deep by Abby Peterson. Played behind. Centering pass, Tyson. A shot, a save, and a cover by Hartledge. It was a great feed to the back door coming from that far corner.
A nice pass there, and we'll see the goaltender skate back over and get her stick. She switched over to a regular stick there in the middle of that 4-on-4. .20 seconds left on the CPCR power play here.
Lisney down for Baker, a shot off the side of the net. Delaney Johnson trying to center, that was broken up. Williams got it back. Johnson sends it back in deep as Kalo pokes it to the corner where Williams can recover. She's got a couple of Rogers players there, and the Royals come away with the puck. Swept ahead by Parent, turned around by Lisney. And that one's going to be another icing, or not. This one played out and turned around by McClellan. And Erdahl sends her right back. Hatcher will dump it in. Peterson's pass bounced away from Terabeza, sent in by Hoppy, played to the line, and now Terabese able to poke it free out to center ice. Sinjum swats it in deep, and they're going to call icing just a step too early.
Get some fresh legs on the ice for the Royals here. 7:49 left in the game. And nothing doing for either team there on the power plays.
Shot off the side of the net for Octekirk. Poked out to center by her. Royals able to get right back on the attack. Shot misses wide. Her can't poke it past Johnson this time. Scrum along the near boards. Battle for possession. Poke free to Abby Peterson. Peterson sweeps it behind the net. Ness trying to move it along, but Del Castillo there to help. Chance, and that shot right into the midsection of Bailey Shuck. 7:07 to go.
Well, definitely not for lack of shots on Rogers here. They're definitely getting clean looks that are getting through to the keeper here. Get another look at that last one coming off the board.
Lisney swings it around. This one back, bounces back in, and a point-blank save by Bailey Shuck. Williams able to poke it out of the zone. Race at the other end. Biscallo tying up with Parent. Puck still loose. Delaney Johnson into support. More black jerseys than white, though. And they come away with possession out to center. Cross-ice pass broken up by Patton. Patton around Lisney. Tried to go short side, ended up sending it high. Williams plays it out to center. It's turned around again by Parent. Emily Peterson keeps it out of the zone. Here's Delaney Johnson sending it right in on Hartledge as the Bluebirds get a line change. Long pass, trying to catch him on that change. Farrell into the zone, but her teammates getting a change behind her. Abby Peterson pinned to the boards, but turns the play the other way. Sent out to center and right back in by Bolster. Baker trying to move it ahead. That was broken up. She'll get it back from Peterson. Reimer got it to Sherling. Sherling pressured. Plays it to Johnson at the point. That shot saved and smothered by Shuck.
We got another clean shot for Rogers here. Firing that one in on the goalie. Shuck doing a good job to stay in front of those and not let any bad rebounds come out.
And she'll cover another one. We'll try again.
They don't keep official cover-up stats, do they?
Well, it all depends on, I suppose, who the official scorekeeper is. If some might call that a shot on goal. Like if they were the goalie parent or a goalie parent. Much more likely to inflate the goalie statistics. Centering pass, one-timer attempt broken up by Lisney. And here's Bezcalo. Skating to center, flips it around, gives chase, sends it toward the net. Stick behind by Hartledge. Royals able to play it to center. Lisney plays it right back in, and the defender stuck out her stick. And scary place to do that. If you got to stop it or don't touch it.
Well, we've seen those crazy bounces tonight, Joe.
Certainly at this point, another bad bounce would be either a possible backbreaker for Rogers or a momentum boost if it happened at the other end. Swept off the stick. Reimer a chance as she misses wide. Keeping it in is Erdahl. Lisney can't clear. Rogers fans want another penalty, not going to get it this time. Rooks bumped, went to the ice, still kept possession. Now gives it up. Terabeza the other way. Ness skating wide. She'll take the shot. Toe save. Rebound chance. Terabeza off the side of the net. Royals trying to come back the other way. Cross ice pass doesn't click with Rooks. McClellan plays it back out to center for the Bluebirds. Parent keeps it out of her end. McClellan sends it in, and that's going to be icing. 3:32 to go.
Well, couple back and forth counterattacks there, and we'll see that shot just off the goalie's leg. Last time down for CPCR.
One sent ahead, and Shack poking it towards Hartledge, trying to give chase. Then plays it back out to the point. Peterson jams it back to her. Bouncing around at that end in front of the net now. Good pressure from this line a couple of different times tonight. You send that second and third line out there and hope they can just create that pressure and chaos in front of the net. See if they can bounce one free. Bluebirds can't clear, kept in by Parent. Short angle shot is blocked. Baker able to get the steal, get to the line, send it in deep. Get a line change.
Well, just 2:30 left in the game here, Joe.
Sherling weaving, shot way up over the cage. Tracks it down in the corner, knocked off her stick by Vizcalo. Vizcalo gets the puck back, can't clear. And that's carried outside the zone by Reimer. Reimer hacked at by Johnson. Able to play it in deep. Lisney controls, bounces it past Sherling. Williams will play it out to center. Parent dumps it into the corner. Her team has to tag up. McClellan can't get that pass through. Bounces back. Sherling had it tipped off her stick. Reimer a chance. Rebound cleared to the corner by Delaney Johnson. Centering. Chance for Hatcher, and the save made by Shuck. The net is empty at the other end as we've reached the final 93 seconds. Hatcher out front, can't get the redirect. Stick was tied up. Puck into the corner, tied up. Digging it free is Delaney Johnson. Plays it around, kept in by Erdahl. Erdahl sends it back behind a centering chance, and a great stick lift there by Vizcalo as Reimer was primed for the one-timer. Battle along the end boards, comes out to Reimer again. Holding her skates on it was Vizcalo. Puck still free and in the net, and we have a tie game. They just create traffic. Puck comes free to a loose player. Goalie down, no chance for Shuck. Ella Ochterkirk gets the tying goal with less than a minute to play.
Well, and just like we talked about, Joe, we'll see it again on the replay here. Lots of bodies out front, loose puck, hard to track where it is. You see the goalie looking around trying to find it. Finally gets poked through and into the back of the net.
This one isn't over. And we could see overtime. And this isn't the regular season. We play overtime until we have a winner. No assist on the goal for Ochterkirk. Shot hits traffic out front. Played to the line, kept in by Johnson. Her shot is blocked. Bluebirds can't get it out of the zone, and now do under 10 seconds remaining. And this one is going to overtime to find out who will move on to Tuesday's semifinal round.
Well, that's why you pull the goalie, Joe. Get an extra skater out there, an extra stick, a little traffic, and a nice bounce, and you tie it up.
We're going to take a short break. We'll be back with overtime. Bonus hockey in the Section 5 AA quarterfinal between Rogers and Champlain Park Coon Rapids. And we have it for you next on CTN.
Meet the scan, a simple procedure whose mission is to detect lung cancer early.
I'm here to save you.
But I feel fine.
That's great, but you may still be at high risk for lung cancer.
Oh man, that's a new fence.
If you smoke, early detection could save your life. Learn more at savedbythescan.org.
It all comes down to this. You've played the whole season, and the next goal determines whether you play on Tuesday or if your season is over.
Oh, goal by Rogers right towards the end of the game there to tie it up, and we'll see what happens
Less
here
than a
in
minute to
overtime.
play in the third period, and they get the tying goal. And again, it came by creating traffic in front of the net, and a loose puck poked free. And Octakirk able to put it home and give the Royals the lead. This one shot in on Shuck, and she'll cover up.
Give the Royals the tie.
The tie,
No
yes.
lead yet. Otherwise, we wouldn't
Sorry.
be here.
Yeah. Yes, that's true.
So as Joe was explaining to me off air, the way they do overtime is a shorter 8-minute period and then a full 15 or 17-minute period after that. So we'll see that 8-minute period first here. If there's no score, we'll move on to another one.
And if there's no score after that, we'll play another 8 minutes. And if there's no score after that, we'll play another 17. And it will continue like that until there is a goal. Bluebirds creating some pressure and traffic in front of the Rogers net. Delaney Johnson steps up, centers, nobody at the point. Peterson gets on, gets the puck. Pass across for Johnson didn't click, and that is icing. And a faceoff back at the other end.
Well, we've seen what that traffic does in front of the goalie. Bouncing pucks, lots of sticks. Somebody's bound to score. Push after the whistle there. The crowd wants to see something from it, but the referees don't have anything to say.
Well, when you go to overtime in the playoffs, refs are, except for something blatant, they're pretty much going to swallow their whistle.
Let them play. We'll have another face-off down here in the CPCR end after the icing.
Tipped out to center, sent right back in by Johnson, right back out by the Bluebirds, and Johnson sends it in once more. Played around, Baker ahead. Shack couldn't quite control. Stepping up is Baker at the blue line. She'll fire it. That's knocked down by Bolster. Flipped in deep by Abby Peterson. Bolster plays it along, intercepted. Holly Johnson walking in and save with the shaft of the stick for Hartledge. Centering attempt doesn't get through. Johnson nearly got to it. Johnson does recover. Delaney Johnson along the near boards. Finally pokes free. Back the other way goes Avery Farrell. Had her pocket picked by Holly Johnson. And it's sent in deep by the Royals. Stepping in, Reimer. Some room, a shot, a glove save by Shuck.
See another push after the whistle there. We got the refs in there quick to make sure nothing happens, and not the time to take a dumb penalty.
Puck poked free. Delaney Johnson will scoop it up, play it off the boards. Williams able to get it to center across Bezcalo. Bezcalo trying to tip and walk around Parent. Ties up with Parent in the corner. Williams and Bezcalo in there. Now a couple of support pieces for the Royals. And it's Parent that comes away with it. Parent across to Reimer, kind of handcuffed her. That one skips away from Hatcher, but Hatcher skates it into the zone out of the reach of Emily Peterson. Stops up in the corner, now centers. Puck bouncing around again. Bolster from the point, hit traffic. Williams can't clear. Hatcher plays it back through the slot. Bezcalo can't clear. Big hit out front, and that's going to be a penalty. And I'm surprised there was another big hit the other way. They could have easily called them both ways, but I think Rogers going to get a power play here in overtime. 4:20 to go in this opening overtime.
We'll get another look at it here on the replay. Big hit to just take her right off, and then after that, like you mentioned, hit put on the CPCR player, but no offsetting penalties there. Lisney will go sit in the box as Rogers has a 2-minute power play with 4:20 left here in overtime.
Reimer is shot, that misses wide. Left for Hatcher at the blue line, down low, that shot blocked. Johnson recovers out to the point, Parent. Shot in the middle, blocked. Another turnaround shot attempt that's blocked. It was McClellan that blocked the first, and then I think Shack that blocked the second. This one out front and deflected into the corner. Johnson out to Parent at the point. To Johnson walking in, that shot blocked, bounces around, and now cleared by McClellan. They've had possession, but have not been able to get a single puck through to Bailey Shuck on this advantage so far. Johnson sets up on the boards, up top to Parent, a shot, misses wide. Recollected by the Royals. Johnson will take the shot, that's deflected and still ends up wide. Out to the point, Parent can't reach it, ends up in neutral ice. Parent skating in. Shot misses wide for Farrell. Pokes free. Shot in the goal! And the Rogers Royals have upset the Champlain Park Coon Rapids Bluebirds in the semifinals.
Overtime
on the power play
goal to win it. Well, we'll get one more look at that game winner goal here. Fired straight through.
Alan Erdahl stepping up from the point. And giving the Rogers Royals a big 3-2 overtime win and ending the Bluebird season.
Well, that's an exciting way to end a hockey game in overtime. Not the way you want to lose one on a power play.
No, it's a tough one. Tough way to lose, great way to win. But, going into it, someone's got to win, and it's never fun to have your season end. But you know that there's only a couple of teams that get to finish with a win at the end of the year.
Absolutely, one per section, right?
Second year in a row, second year of the co-op for the Champlain Park Coon Rapids team, and it's the second year they have been upset in the first round of the playoffs. Rogers with a huge comeback, scoring the tying goal in the final minute of regulation, and then a power play goal to give them the winner in the first overtime. They will move on to play the Centennial Cougars, the number 2 seed, in the semifinal round on Tuesday night. All the other top seeds able to advance, but Rogers pulling off the upset in overtime. 3-2 the final. Ellen Erdahl, the junior defender, getting the big game-winning goal. We got a lot of boys hockey coming up for you next week against Andover on Tuesday and against Anoka on Thursday. We will see the boys basketball team take on the Andover Huskies on Tuesday, the 19th. But that's going to do it for this edition of CTN Sports. Again, it's the final score is Rogers 3, Champlain Park Coon Rapids 2 in overtime. Want to thank everybody out there for joining us, continuing to support everything we do here at CTN. For the entire crew, including Jeremy Smith, I'm Joe Young, saying good night.